Every morning when that alarm hits, you have two choices. Close your eyes and go back to sleep, or open them and face the world like it owes you everything. But let me ask you, what are you waking up for? Is it for another meaningless scroll through your phone, another day pretending you're satisfied, another routine where you survive instead of live? Because the truth is, most people wake up with no fire, no purpose, no hunger, and that's why they stay exactly where they are. You need a reason that makes your blood burn, a reason that drags you out of bed when your body screams to rest. You need that mission, that unshakable belief that your life means something. Life will not hand you greatness. It demands it from you. Every dream, every success story, every legend you've ever admired started with one decision: to stop existing and start living for something bigger. You don't need motivation. You need a reason. And if you don't have one, create it. Because the moment you find your why, the world has no choice but to move out of your way. Key. Purpose fuels power. Think about it. Every single person who has ever changed the world, who has ever reached heights most only dream of, had one thing that set them apart. They had a reason that burned hotter than their fears. Purpose is not just a word. It is the engine that drives you when everything around you tells you to quit. You can have talent, you can have opportunity, you can have luck, but without purpose, all of it is wasted energy. Purpose is what makes you get out of bed before the sun rises. Purpose is what makes you keep pushing when your muscles scream, when your mind begs for rest, when every voice around you says, you can't do this. That fire inside you, that unshakable belief in why you are here, is the only thing that transforms average men and women into unstoppable forces. When your purpose is clear, no obstacle is too big. Failure becomes fuel, pain becomes a teacher, and the world stops feeling like it's against you and starts bending under your determination. Think about people you admire, those who achieve greatness in any field. Did they wake up every morning hoping someone would hand them success? No. They woke up with a mission. They woke up with a goal that consumed their thoughts, that whispered to them in the darkest hours, keep going, you cannot stop. Purpose gives clarity. It tells you where to invest your energy, who to surround yourself with, and what battles are worth fighting. Without it, life is adrift, a floating existence where days blur into each other and potential dies quietly. But with purpose, every action becomes a brick in the foundation of your destiny. It sharpens your focus, intensifies your effort, and even pain becomes bearable because you know every sacrifice is for something meaningful. Power without purpose is empty. Many people chase power, the money, the attention, the fleeting recognition, but it never lasts because it is built on nothing. It crumbs less under pressure. It fades when the crowd turns away. It vanishes the moment challenge hits. True power is fueled by purpose. It is unwavering because it is born from something deeper than superficial gains. When your actions are aligned with your reason for being, no failure can shake you, no criticism can break you, and no fear can stop you. Purpose transforms ordinary energy into unstoppable momentum. It converts discipline into a weapon, focus into a shield, and persistence into a force that bends reality to your will. Purpose also creates resilience. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path that feel impossible. There will be moments when quitting looks easier, when the voice in your head tells you that you're not enough, that the world is too hard, that you should accept mediocrity. But if you have purpose, those moments don't break you. They define you. They are the fire that tempers your strength, the pressure that sharpens your skill, the storm that proves your commitments. Every champion, every legend, every person who refuses to be ordinary has been broken, tested, and beaten, but they had a reason that refused to let them stay down. That is the difference between someone who merely exists and someone who dominates. And make no mistake, purpose is not something that happens to you. You do not stumble upon it accidentally. You create it. You define it. You wake up every morning and ask yourself, what am I here for? What legacy am I building? What life will I leave behind that proves I mattered? If you do not have an answer to that, you are living a borrowed life, a life dictated by distraction, laziness, and excuses. But if you take ownership of your purpose, everything changes. Every choice becomes deliberate. Every effort becomes intentional. Every sacrifice becomes worth it. The impossible begins to feel inevitable because your energy is no longer scattered. It is focused. It is relentless. It is unstoppable. Key purpose fuels power, and power fuels freedom. When you know why you wake up, when you have a mission that drives you harder than fear, doubt, or fatigue, You command your life rather than react to it. You stop being a passenger and start being a driver. And this is the truth. Nobody can give you purpose. Nobody can hand it to you wrapped in a neat package. You have to dig it out of yourself, cultivate it, protect it, and let it guide you like a flame in the darkness. Once you do, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Purpose fuels power, and power becomes unstoppable. It moves mountains, breaks chains, and forces the world to notice that you will not be ignored. So ask yourself today, do you have a purpose, or are you just existing? Because the answer will define everything, your actions, your results, and ultimately your life. Ebro, comfort kills ambition. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they are too comfortable. Comfort is a trap. It lulls you into thinking that just X's. Ting is enough, that surviving is acceptable, that a mediocre life is safe. But let me tell you something. Life doesn't reward safety. It doesn't honor those who stay in their little bubble, afraid to take risks, afraid to feel the pain that growth requires. Every second you choose comfort over challenge. Every time you hit snooze instead of pushing yourself, you're choosing stagnation. You are choosing to shrink instead of expand, to blend into the crowd instead of standing out. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. It whispers to you that you're fine the way you are, that dreams can wait, that effort is optional. And while you're listening, the world keeps moving past you. Opportunities slip through your fingers. And every day that passes without ambition slowly becomes a day wasted. Think about it. Why do so many people with talent and intelligence never reach their dreams? Because they settle. They settle into a routine that is familiar, predictable, and easy. They settle for convenience rather than challenge, for safety rather than growth. And it's not just physical comfort, it's mental, emotional, and social comfort too. They surround themselves with people who reinforce their fears. They avoid situations that push them to the edge. They cling to habits that numb their drive. But comfort kills ambition because it erodes the hunger that fuels action. Hunger is born from dissatisfaction, from that burning need to become more than what you are today. Comfort smothers that fire. It whispers, "You're enough," when you are capable of so much more. Ambition requires sacrifice. It requires pain. It requires stepping into the unknown when every instinct in your body wants to stay in the familiar. The truth is, no one has ever achieved greatness by playing it safe. Every legend, every champion, every person who has left a mark on the world has done so by rejecting comfort and embracing discomfort. They trained when others slept. They risked when others hesitated. Tate failed, got back up, and pushed harder while the rest of the world was content sitting on the sidelines. Ambition grows in the soil of struggle, not in the cushions of complacency. Comfort is a poison that numbs your senses and dulls your instincts. It convinces you that being average is acceptable, that effort without immediate reward isn't worth it. But ambition doesn't care about comfort. It cares about results. It thrives on challenge, hunger, and a relentless refusal to accept mediocrity. And here's the reality that nobody wants to hear. The longer you chase comfort, the further you move from the life you say you want. Every easy choice, every shortcut, every compromise with your potential chips away at your ambition. You may not feel it immediately, but one day you will wake up and realize that the dreams you once had have faded, that the fire you once felt has turned into ashes, and that the life you are living is nothing like the one you imagined. Comfort is a slow, silent, the grind, the challenge, and the relentless pursuit of something greater than yourself. Every time you resist the urge to take the easy road, every time you sacrifice today for a better tomorrow, you reignite your ambition. You remind yourself that life is not a waiting room for comfort. It is a battlefield for greatness. So ask yourself, are you living or are you just comfortable? Because the answer will define everything, your results, your mindset, and ultimately the legacy you leave behind. Discipline beats motivation. Listen closely. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation is a spark. It can light a fire, but it can just as easily die out when things get hard. Motivation is waiting for the perfect moment, for inspiration to hit, for energy to suddenly appear. And most of the time, it never comes when you need it the most. That's why relying on motivation alone is a trap. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is the muscle that carries you forward when motivation fades. Discipline is the unshakable force that keeps you moving toward your goals even when your mind screams to quit. You can feel inspired today, But tomorrow, the alarm clock will ring, your body will ache, and motivation will vanish. But discipline? Discipline will drag you out of bed anyway. It will make you push through the pain, make the calls, finish the work, run the extra mile, and do the things others refuse to do. Think about people you admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, creators. Did they wake up every day feeling motivated? Absolutely not. They woke up because they had discipline. They had systems, routines, and habits that carried them forward, even on the days they wanted to stay in bed. Discipline turns small, consistent actions into monumental results over time. Motivation might get you started, but discipline keeps you going when the road is long, when the nights are dark, when failure stares you in the face. Discipline doesn't wait for inspiration. It creates momentum. It builds resilience, confidence, and results that no fleeting mood can deliver. Every time you act out of discipline rather than motivation, you train yourself to be unstoppable, unshakable, and untouchable. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is logical. Motivation is tied to how you feel, which is why it's unreliable. Some days you'll feel strong and motivation will surge through your veins like electricity. Other days you'll feel weak, tired, and defeated, and that same motivation will vanish like smoke. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel. It cares about what you do. Discipline is commitment. Discipline is showing up even when every fiber of your being tells you to stay comfortable, to procrastinate, to settle. Discipline is making the hard choice consistently, day after day, month after month, until your goals are no longer dreams, they are reality. Motivation is exciting, but discipline is powerful. Motivation might get applause. Discipline builds empires. Ebrew, the world is full of people who wait for motivation. They wait for the right time, the perfect opportunity, the inspiration that never comes. And while they wait, life passes them by. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, luck, or circumstance. It is discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Discipline allows you to create habits that compound over time, habits that make success inevitable. You may not feel like doing the work today, but if you do it anyway, you are investing in a future version of yourself who will thank you. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when the world isn't watching, even when no one applauds, even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or painful. Discipline beats motivation because it is consistent. Motivation is like the weather. Some days sunny, some days stormy. Discipline is the foundation. Steady, unchanging, unbreakable. Discipline creates predictability in an unpredictable world. It ensures that progress happens regardless of emotion. It allows you to withstand adversity without losing momentum. Motivation will lift you temporarily. Discipline will carry you across mountains. Every great achievement, every life-changing transformation, every success story is built on this principle. Motivation alone can't get you there. Discipline alone can. Aberkey, and here's the harsh truth. Discipline is hard. Motivation is easy. Motivation feels good. Discipline requires sacrifice, persistence, and self-control. But the harder the path, the more valuable the reward. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not flashy. It is not celebrated, but it is unstoppable. Discipline beats motivation because it doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't negotiate, and it doesn't quit. It is the backbone of excellence, the engine of achievement, and the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who conquer. Ibrar, if you want results, stop relying on motivation. Motivation will fail you, and it will fail you when you need it most. Build discipline. Show up when you don't feel like it. Push when you're exhausted. Keep going when everyone else stops, because at the end of the day, the world doesn't care about how motivated you are. It only rewards what you consistently do. Discipline beats motivation, and mastery of discipline is mastery of your life. Every day is a new war. Fight it. Understand this. Life does not hand out victories for free. Every day is a battlefield, whether you see it or not. From the moment you open your eyes, forces are working against you. Your fears, your doubts, your distractions, and the expectations of a world that doesn't care if you win or lose. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody is coming to fight for you. Nobody is going to push you forward, carry your weight, or hand you what you want. You are the warrior in your life story. Every day you step on to the battlefield. And it is up to you to fight for your goals, your dreams, and your place in this world. Some days the fight will feel easy. Other days it will feel impossible. But make no mistake, the fight never stops. Every single morning is a call to arms. And the question is simple. Will you answer it or will you surrender to mediocrity? The war isn't just external. The most dangerous battles are often internal. Your mind will try to convince you to quit, to settle, to stay comfortable. It will whisper lies. You're not good enough. You'll fail. It's too late. Every doubt, every fear, every nagging insecurity is the enemy waiting to defeat you before the day even begins. You must confront it with courage, with determination, and with unshakable focus. Strength isn't built when life is easy. It is forged in adversity, in struggle, in the fight against the voice inside that wants to see you fail. Every day is a new war because every day you face different challenges, defeat NT opponents, and different tests of your resolve. Complacency is the enemy of greatness. And every moment you hesitate, every moment you procrastinate, every moment you let fear dominate is a surrender. Fight it. Fight every single day like your life depends on it, because in truth, it does. The battlefield is relentless, and the world respects only those who fight relentlessly. Opportunities are scarce, competition is fierce, and time waits for no one. The clock ticks whether you take action or not, and every day lost is a day that cannot be reclaimed. Success is not for the weak, the hesitant, or the passive. It is for the warriors who charge forward, who refuse to back down, who embrace the struggle and turn it into momentum. Every failure, every setback, every obstacle is just part of the war. You cannot avoid it, and you cannot fear it. The fight is your proving ground. Each day you show up, you strengthen your skill, sharpen your strategy, and grow stronger. Weakness cannot survive constant action. Doubt cannot survive constant effort. Fear cannot survive constant courage. Remember this, battles are won not by wishing or hoping, but by action. You cannot sit and wait for the perfect conditions. You cannot wait for inspiration, motivation, or someone else to lead the way. The fight is yours, and the weapons you carry are discipline, persistence, and relentless determination. Every day presents a chance to conquer yourself, to outwork your competitors, to push past your limits, and to claim a victory that no one can take from you. Sometimes the battles will leave scars. Sometimes you will be exhausted, beaten, and pushed to the edge. That is the price of greatness. That is the cost of becoming unstoppable. Every wound, every failure, every long night is proof that you are in the fight, proof that you are not giving up, proof that you are alive and striving for more. And here's the secret few people understand. Consistency is the real weapon in this war. Showing up every day, fighting when it's uncomfortable, when it's inconvenient, when it's painful, is what separates those who succeed from those who fade into obscurity. Small victories compound into monumental success. Every day you resist quitting, every day you overcome a challenge, every day you confront your fears, you are winning the war piece by piece. The world doesn't reward talent alone. It doesn't reward luck alone. It rewards warriors, those who fight every single day without fail, without excuses, without compromise. Every day is a new war. Fight it. Fight like your future depends on it, because it does. Fight with every ounce of energy, with every shred of courage, with every second of focus you can muster. And when you look back years from now, you will realize that those daily battles, those relentless struggles were not just fights. They were your foundation, your proving ground, and the reason you became unstoppable. Your why defines your destiny. Everything you do in life begins with a reason that pulls you out of bed before the sun rises, a reason that makes you fight when every part of you wants to quit, a reason that drives you through pain, exhaustion, and fear. Without a why, you are drifting. You are a leaf in the wind, carried by circumstance, reacting to the world rather than commanding it. Your why is the engine behind your actions. It is the fire that cannot be extinguished, the compass that guides you through storms, and the anchor that keeps you grounded when life tries to throw you off course. When your why is strong, obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than walls that stop you. When your why is clear, doubt and fear lose their power, because your purpose is bigger than the discomfort, bigger than the pain, bigger than the temporary setbacks that try to knock you down. Your why is deeply personal. It is unique to you. It cannot be borrowed, copied, or bought. It is not fame, money, or recognition, though. Those may follow if your why is strong enough. Your why is the reason that keeps you moving when no one else believes in you, when no one is watching, and when the world seems determined to break you. Some people wake up every day motivated by fear, by comfort, or by routine, but those are temporary drivers. They fade when life gets hard. A powerful why is something far greater than fleeting emotion. It is a burning need that refuses to be ignored. It is the difference between someone who dreams and someone who conquers. Every decision you make, every sacrifice you endure, every ounce of effort you invest becomes meaningful when it is aligned with your why. Without it, life is a series of random choices, and success is a matter of chance. With it, life becomes intentional, and your destiny becomes inevitable. The why defines the magnitude of your efforts. When you have a compelling reason to succeed, you push harder, endure longer, and sacrifice more than anyone else. You are willing to do what others won't, go where others fear, and stay when others leave. The bigger your why, the higher the mountains you can climb, the deeper the obstacles you can overcome, and the further you can reach when others stop. That why becomes a shield against doubt and despair. When the world tells you no, when failure strikes, when pain threatens to stop you, your why is the voice that whispers, keep going. You cannot quit. You are here for a reason. It is the voice that drives you to work when you are tired, to fight when you are beaten, and to rise when you are down. Without that voice, without that purpose, life becomes a series of empty motions. With it, life becomes a mission. Your why also defines the impact you leave behind. People who achieve greatness don't measure their success by how easy life was. They measure it by how much they accomplished, how much they inspired, and how much they overcame. Your why is the reason you wake up to make a difference. The reason you endure setbacks that would stop others, and the reason you keep going when giving up seems easier. It shapes your legacy because your destiny is the natural result of your purpose. What you are willing to fight for, sacrifice for, and dedicate yourself to is exactly what you will leave behind. That is why the greatest achievements in history have always come from people who had a purpose larger than themselves. A why so strong that it could not be ignored. A why so consuming that it turned ordinary individuals into legends. And here's the undeniable truth. Your why is yours to define. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can dictate it, choose it, or decide it for you. You must dig deep, ask yourself the hard questions, and face the truth about what truly drives you. You must uncover what you are willing to endure, what you are willing to sacrifice, and what you are willing to fight for without excuses. That clarity